We begin with breaking news that Hamas says it has handed over its response to US President Donald Trump's ceasefire proposal. The 20-point plan agreed by Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was announced in the White House on Monday. Here's a statement that has just been released by Hamas. The movement announces its approval to release all occupation captives, both living and the remains.
Hamas has announced it will agree to immediately enter negotiations for release of all hostages under Trump's proposal, adding...
has come out saying Hamas has agreed to release all Israeli hostages, alive or dead, under the terms of US President Donald Trump's Gaza proposal.
Hamas has formally announced that it accepts some of the main parts of the US-sponsored peace plan for Gaza, including freeing all the remaining Israeli hostages, but it is seeking to make some changes. President Trump had given Hamas until 6 p.m. Washington.
And good day, we are coming on the air right now with breaking news and what appears to be a major breakthrough in the Middle East. Hamas saying in a statement obtained by NBC News that it agrees to release all Israeli hostages, both living and dead, who are still in captivity inside of Gaza.
Shalom friends, as you could hear, major breaking news out of Israel and Gaza. Yesterday, Hamas officially agreed to the US-backed peace plan that was first presented by Donald Trump. But did Hamas really accept the plan? Well, if you look into the details, we might find that it's not quite the full truth. It sounds more like a typical yes, but no answer from Hamas, most likely trying to buy some time. But let's look into those details. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you'd like to stay updated on what's happening in Israel. Okay, let's dive into today's video update. Yesterday, Hamas released a statement claiming it agrees to Trump's proposal. This statement was quickly accepted and even welcomed by Trump himself. At first, this seemed to shock Israeli officials, especially because of how quickly the US administration reacted. Here, you can see the post calling on Israel to immediately stop bombing Gaza as Hamas agrees to free hostages. And just an hour later, a video was released. Here it is.
I want to thank the countries that helped me put this together. Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and so many others. So many people fought so hard. This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down in concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents and having some of the hostages, unfortunately, you know the condition they're in, come home likewise to their parents because their parents wanted them just as much as though that young man or young woman were alive. So I just want to let you know that this is a very special day, maybe unprecedented in many ways. It is unprecedented, but thank you all, and thank you all to those great countries that helped. We were given a tremendous amount of help. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East, and we're very close to achieving that. Thank you all, and everybody will be treated fairly.
This quick reaction surprised the Israeli side, and some were even disappointed. You may ask why? Well, that's because Hamas didn't actually agree to the entire plan, which includes 20 key points. And crucially, they rejected one of the most important ones, the point that requires Hamas to give up governance and accept the demilitarization. Let's look at those details more closely. So what exactly did Hamas agree to, and what did they reject? Let's go through the key points of their response, and if you'd like to see the full analysis, just go on our X where we did post that. Hostages, yes, but they called the 72-hour timeline not realistic. Ceasefire only through negotiations, not an immediate stop to fighting. Aid and rebuilding Gaza, agreed in principle. No forced displacement, supported. Disarmament and stepping down from power, rejected outright. International monitors, no acceptance of that clause. Prisoner swaps and governance board, not addressed in their statement. So in summary, Hamas gave what looks like a partial yes, but when you read the fine print, the most important elements are still missing. But still, Just hours later, Israel agreed too. This shows that for Israel, the release of the hostages remains the top priority. Hamas only partially accepted the full plan, but Israel sees this as potential breakthrough. Maybe the last chance to bring the hostages home. Their families have been waiting almost 2 years. For them, this might really be the final opportunity. So what's the situation right now? The IDF remains inside Gaza, holding its positions around Gaza City. Israel has temporarily paused operations, there to give the hostage release and peace framework a real chance. That decision was welcomed by the US, and President Trump himself said, Hamas must move quickly, warning that any delay will not be tolerated. Just recently, it was also announced that Israel agreed to the initial withdrawal line proposed to Hamas. Prime Minister Netanyahu stated that in the second phase, Hamas will be fully disarmed and Gaza will be demilitarized.
זה יקרה או בדרך מדינית לפי תוכנית טראמפ, או בדרך צבאית על ידינו. גם את זה אמרתי בוושינגטון. או שזה יושג בדרך הקלה, או שזה יושג בדרך הקשה. אבל זה יושג.
So friends, that's going to be it for this video update. Let me know in the comments, do you think we're really close to end of this war? Could we finally see all hostages released and reunited with their families? I can't even imagine what those families must be feeling right now. It's so close, close enough to feel real, to imagine that moment of hugging your loved one again. But at the same time, deep down, you know who are you dealing with. Hamas might once again try to buy time and collapse the deal. And if that happens, it could truly be the last chance. Just imagine, if the release could happen on October 7, 2025, that would be something deeply symbolic. This moment also shows what matters most to Israel, the hostages. Israel agreed to this deal not because it's perfect, but because bringing the hostages home comes before everything else. This war could have ended long ago, but some people still refuse to see the full picture. Let's just pray that everything works out and that soon every hostage will finally be free. Thank you all for watching and for your amazing support. I hope I managed somehow to cover a little bit for my brother, and also I want to share some good news. My brother is back from his ministry trip, so I'm sure you'll soon see a new video from the main creator of this channel. Special thanks to all our Patreon supporters. You truly keep this channel going, especially when we can't produce as often. If you'd like to stay updated, follow us on our social media. I'll post the links in the description. Shalom and see you in the next one.